Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel, AH for Truth. All right, today I'm doing a completely different format from what you usually see me on my deck, in my backyard, in the car. I'm recording just without me being on video. So hopefully that's okay. Here is this interesting news here. I'll title this one, We're Almost Home. Wells Fargo launches XRP powered product in 22 countries. Can you imagine? Now, before I go to that, let's talk about Walmart and other companies. So there is this here from Crypto Alert. Walmart to Google, 5 companies that may join Ripple's payment network. So let's go to what this Matthew Jacob here is reporting on June 18. That's a couple of weeks ago. They're looking at 5 companies that may soon tie into the XRP powered payment future. Walmart, okay, Google, Amazon, Apple, PayPal. Let me read this one. Already in the crypto space, PayPal supports digital asset transactions, but its back end remains largely traditional. This is something I've been telling a lot of people who are like, aren't they already digital? No, it's an interface that you see is faster payments, not necessary. So it's based on trust, not necessarily that it's been digitized. So there you have it. PayPal, all of these banks you see with nice computers. It looks like there's fast payment. What is happening is that they're releasing payments without all of the checks, with a limit, like saying, okay, like if you're doing e-transfers, you can only e-transfer 1,000 a day type of thing. Even if you want to do 5,000, you have to do it 1,000 each day until over a 5-day period. That's for checks and balances to ensure they curb fraud, right? But it's still the traditional system. Nothing has changed. But now they would have what you call instant international transfers. I hope that they will pass the savings on to us. So why Ripple? Why now? It says Ripple's ecosystem thrives on, watch this, solving cross-border payment inefficiencies, something traditional systems like SWIFT have long struggled with. XRP speed, low transaction costs, and regulatory clarity make it attractive for businesses looking to scale globally. What amplifies this appeal is the crypto trading funds framework, which enhances the utility of XRP with CTF token rewards. You see how XRP is everywhere. It's everywhere, with a projected market scope of 3.66 trillion. You see, some people tell you, oh, CTF is the best. It is a token, it's a savior. XRP will be everywhere. It's positioning itself as the only and top blockchain payment reward system built natively on the XRP ledger. Final thoughts. As more global corporations explore blockchain, Ripple and the XRP ledger stand out as the backbone of scalable, compliant, and innovative solutions. With the added utility and adoption brought by crypto trading fund and the CTF token, we may soon witness a powerful synergy that could redefine how the world transacts efficiently, transparently, and rewardingly. Thank you so much, Crypto Alert, for that amazing one. All right, so then let's look at this one. So from the same Crypto Alert, I'm actually enjoying their online newspaper. Wells Fargo launches XRP powered cross-border service in 22 countries. Look at what she says. This is Lily McCanny. Says, in a landmark move that signals a transformative shift in global finance and real estate, Wells Fargo has officially launched an XRP powered cross-border payment service spanning 22 countries. My goodness. And then it says here, RealFi joins the movement, tokenizing a 654 trillion market. Listen, this is why I keep saying XRP will skyrocket. Like, people, everything is building up. If you really look at the XRP calculator, the default setting is $19 trillion transaction volume per day. And that gives you, based depending on interest rate, amount of XRP in circulation, and the what else? The amount of XRP used and how many days per XRP in any transaction, there are certain parameters. As long as those remain the way it is set by the default, you will, at 19 trillion, one XRP will be worth $1,600. People don't believe it because they think, oh, you can't have a company that's worth more than Nvidia or Bitcoin, or how can one company or one token be worth more than gold? Well, you just watch. This is why digital makes a big change in the world economy, because by digitizing gold or platinum or bdellium or any of these, copper, whatever, right? You give it the inclusion that comes, because it's permissionless, right? Digital is permissionless. We are the ones who actually put barriers to it. Think about electricity. Like electricity, right? It's permissionless. It's natural. It's there. We discovered it, and then we put permissions on it. The government says, oh, you can't have electricity in your house if you don't, because, well, somebody has to pay for it, right? To become usable in commercial settings or residential settings, industrial settings, and so on and so forth. So it's the same thing. Look at your email. It's free. So Google gives you free email, but what do? They charge anyone who would advertise on the platform where billions of eyes are looking at the same time globally. Digitization will explode the digital economy, particularly in the area of cryptocurrencies. There's no doubt about that. And then we now come to the next one I want to talk about here, which is Truth Social Crypto ETF application. It's a Truth Social files for an S1 for blue chip crypto ETF. And what are blue chips? The blue chips cryptos are the top ones, the top 10, the top 20 type of thing. And look at how their distribution is going to go if they're approved. What's inside the ETF fund? Now, you know what an ETF is. I've explained that in one of my videos, very recent videos. You can go to Investopedia and just ask, what does ETF mean? Now, when you have an ETF, you have the underlying assets, right, in which the diverse investments are taking place, that they pull funds from people and institutions and all of that, and then you invest in a particular item of value. Look at what Truth Social is doing. So Truth Social has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Ripple, and Kronos. Okay, so Kronos is the crypto.com's token. So you got 70% for Bitcoin. Some people are like, oh yeah, see, Trump is going for 70% Bitcoin. This proves what I've been saying in all of my all of my videos where that I've talked about Bitcoin. It's the rich man's playground. They can do 70% Bitcoin, no problem. All their wealthy friends can just go and buy the Bitcoin ETF, like the Truth Social ETF, because they have 70% Bitcoin. But there's Ripple 2%. It doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't change my mind about where things are going, because I'll show you this. Let's go to this. All right. 72. This was on April 22, right? That's a couple months ago, but still very relevant. As 72 crypto ETFs await approval, here are 6 final deadlines for XRP ETFs. So how many applications? As of now, I think there's over 20 or even more. Some of you may even have a better read on things than I do. But here's something here. Some of these firms include Grayscale, 21 shares, Bitwise, Canary, Wisdom Tree, CoinShares, and Franklin Templeton. All right. Several exchanges, including CBOE and NYSE Arca, have also submitted 19B-4 filings to the SEC to list and trade shares of these XRP ETFs. Look at that. So there's an XRP ETF. Well, the Trump Social or the Truth Social ETF, they're going to have XRP in it. Do you remember that cryptic, post that Trump released, where he released a post about Solana, Cardano, and XRP, and then a few minutes later he withdrew it and said, "Oh, I also like Bitcoin and Ethereum." Right? And would I say it was the handlers or people who said, "Oh, no, don't do that"? You see, what's happening is that Bitcoin, I believe, is in trouble, and they have to save Bitcoin one way or the other. The elite will save their stuff, right? They're not going to let it die. Ethereum will not die. They have a future, but XRP also has a future, and they know it, and I betcha They are invested in it, in all of these 21 shares, in all of these other places where this is happening. They're invested. Let's read this. It says the regulator postponed its April 13 decision for several filings, including Van Eck, Rex Osprey, Total Capital, and ProShares. After the postponement, XRP enthusiasts anticipate a final decision on the other applications. So there is a final deadline. According to a table provided by GA Spark, the SEC has a final deadline of October 18, 2025 to approve or disapprove Grayscale's application to convert its XRP trust to a spot-based ETF. Likewise, the SEC must decide on 21 shares XRP ETF filing by October 19, while Bitwise is on October 20, 2025. So on and on and on, you see all of these things, and you begin to ask yourself, like, yeah, something is on the horizon, and we're going to get a very, very massive explosion in the price of this, our favorite crypto asset, in the next little bit. So what I want to say to you guys is, if I were you, I will load up, I will review, I will plan. So thank you to Crypto Basic and all of these great online, the Coin Gabar. Just want to give credit to whom credit is due, so that it doesn't look like I'm stealing their stuff. They put it out in public for us to see. Well, if you're new to crypto, I wrote a book just for you. Look in the description, download the book, Crypto Made Easy. Buy, store, and grow your investment with confidence. And if you need any other thing, contact me. Email is there and all of that. Well, you guys have a wonderful day, and I wish you all the best. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and bye-bye.